Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus once again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. It is them or us. And I want to explain that to you, but before I go into that subject, I want to say one thing to the whistleblowers. We've experienced recently in our times an explosion of whistleblowers. And we have different opinions about whistleblowers. Some of us think that they're God sent. Some of us think they should be hanged. Be that as it may, I want to ask those who feel that it is an evil to be a whistleblower. I would like to ask you, what would you do if you had a very sensitive job, perhaps working with some of the most sensitive information that this country can ever amass, and you've taken an oath stating that regardless of what you see, hear, or think about what you see or hear, you will not divulge any of it under the threat of a penalty of death, and you sign that oath. Now, let's say you're on your duties one day and you happen to recognize that there is a coup. Let's say the nation is America. That there's a plan to take over the American government and and declare martial law, use the people as you see fit, change the system as you want it, and willing to take anybody's life that does not adhere to your prescription. You find that information out. You know that this is not the American way. And you know that if the American people knew about this, they would do something to prevent it. And here you are, caught in between. What do you do? Now, you've got the choice. You can be a representative of the people or that which is designed to destroy the people. You got a choice. What choice do you make? You don't have to answer that for me or for the rest of us right now, but you have to answer it for yourself. What choice do you make? Will you be known as one who preserves, or will you be one that takes a part of destruction? Well, so when I say it's them or us, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's time for us to know the truth. Knowing the truth, we will see what to do. But while we are so far in the darkness, it is necessary that somebody who is in the light shine. It wouldn't hurt to speak about it first so we can know what to look for. And this is what is happening right now. There's a secret that everybody is beginning to learn about. They're called secret societies. Now, when you think about the secret societies, whether they are those that are in colleges and universities, whether they're ones that's kind of a little well-known like Skull and Bones, or whether they're one known like the Bilderberg Group or the Council on Foreign Relations, or those organizations, Masonic organizations as it were, all got secrets. And if you look back at any of them, just think about it for a minute, each one of them are designed in such a way that they would do for their own what they would not do for others. Every last one of them will do for their own what they will not do for others. And this is why they really have the members in the organizations trying to take benefit of something that others will be denied and they can profit from. That's why these organizations exist. Now, look at it like this. If these organizations exist, they don't just exist out in the flake. They are organized as well. They have a purpose, and they serve their purpose, but they're serving their purpose to a greater purpose, whether they know it or not. That's what they're doing. And the end result of it, ladies and gentlemen, is that they end up doing what is being done right now, running the world, controlling you with secrets that you do not know of. If you knew, you wouldn't have it. So in essence, when I come here and talk to you like this, I become a whistleblower. I stand before you and tell you that the people are nothing to fear. Those who claim dominion over you, They are just there because they deceived you and you allow them to be there through their deception. But the truth of it is that there's no one that got control and real power over you but God. And you relinquish that power of God when you decide to do your thing, stepping away from the will of God. See, God is not about the game. God is for real. God made this earth so that every last one of us on it can live as though we're in heaven. It's almost like heaven was crowded. So he needed a place to put us. But we were responsible for our own heaven. He gave us the ability to exercise and create our own heaven. But he gave us choice. So if we didn't want heaven, we could create hell. It was on us, not on God. So wherever you are, you can only blame yourself. You are the responsible ones. You're the one who built the fire. You're the one who got the heat. You're the one that was cooked. So I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, that is what this mission is all about. When you look amongst your people, I want you to think about what I'm doing. What am I doing? You see, I am responding to what God has taught me on my own. But before I was taught by the specific Spirit of God, I had a hunger and a search for it, and I saw it in others. Two well-known, renowned individuals were Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. They recognized the truth, and they began to tell the people and to awake the people. And in so doing, it was so against the established order that they were taken out. But these were the ones who taught me what being a representative of heaven is like. Not T.D. Jakes, not Falwell, not the biggest church in the country. What's his name? I can't think of his name right now. But you know who I'm talking about. These guys, Taco Dollar, George Myers, all these guys. When you look at them, how do they want you to see God? There's a one who's concerned about wealth. Not for everybody. Not for the parishioners in their congregations. But for them, the ones who carry the word. And truly their God is okay with that. Because it profits out of you. But see, the God that I come to tell you about is to tell you that these are thieves. These are robbers. And that you want to believe this, check this out. Go within yourselves. Think about any of the benefits of life that are essential and necessary for survival that you would like to be without. You probably wouldn't want to come up with any of them. You probably wouldn't come up with anything. And just as you didn't, neither would anyone else that's alive. So how do you protect yourselves to make sure that you are not denied any of these things? Not just you, but everybody on the face of the earth. How do you protect yourselves to make sure that you are never denied any of these things? You cooperate together. You work together with one goal, to make sure that nobody is denied any of these benefits. And once you make up your mind to do that, it is easier. Pop your finger. But if you don't want to do it, it's the hardest thing in the world. If you don't want to do it, you won't do it. So whether you do it or not reflects what you want. So when I say that these secret organizations, they know that they have no power over you except their power that you give them. They know that. They're exploiting that. They are sucking other people in and into through their little organizations, and others who supposedly got some special skills that they could benefit from. They suck them in, you know. They pay these athletes all kinds of money. It doesn't mean anything to them. They know it's all a game. So you pay these athletes to think they're having a wonderful good time, and to keep you laughing, to keep you excited, to keep you stroking yourselves while they keep on manipulating and taking away the life that God has given you. And you are relinquishing it, not even knowing. But a whistleblower comes along and tells you this. This is what's happening. If you took and recognized after cleansing yourself and recognized that the responsibility for your own happiness is not just in you, but in each of you, working together, and you start going out within the community, you start talking to your churches, you start giving them a new vision of what life is all about, what God is all about. You go out into the community, you start identifying the problems where people are suffering at, whatever it is. Where are they suffering? You identify these things, and if you, the people, got a role to play in it, then you recognize that role. But if government has your hand tied, then you go to your local government and tell them the problem and ask that you all work together and resolve these problems. If they are concerned, they will. If they won't, they won't. If they don't, they won't. And if they're in between, they might try. But if it does not work, if it doesn't satisfy your demand, then take it to the next level. And this is speaking to every city, within every state. And if the state can't resolve the problems, take them to the federal level. And, my friends, together, you are not asking them, you're telling them to resolve these problems. If they cannot do it, it's one or two reasons. Why? They don't want to, or they don't know how. Could be both. But the truth of the matter of it is this. It is an indication that not only are you going to not get your dreams met, you're not going to get your desires met. Not only is that not going to occur, the effort for it to occur will never ever take place beyond what you are doing. So that means that this thing is set up. This system is set up to do exactly what it's doing. And the police and all the military force and all those other agencies that's designed to spy on you, to think about, to see what you're talking about and what you're thinking about and how their propaganda is affecting you, so they can find out what to do and watch whom is interested. All these things are taking place. And they do it because they want you to stay exactly where you are. But you're not going to stay there, because you can't stay there. You are a new generation. You are a new breed of people. And you see that their police force that is designed to say to serve and protect, that means those of you who are propagandized, those of you who are outside the system, when your conflicts occur, these, my friend, to protective agencies, the legal system, the justice system, will adjudicate what's happening between you. But when it comes between you and them, you're losing every time. Why? Because this is why it was set up, to protect them from you. So they gave you a pretense like they were doing the right thing by adjudicating your activities. And they didn't mind doing that because they were in control of that all the way. They don't want you to know that. But now that you know that, now that you know the whole world system is designed to keep you where you're at. If you're Muslim and you're going through all the kinds of things that you're going through, it is designed for you to do that. Not by God, not by Allah, but by man. And I want you to stop looking outside for some demon, looking outside for some devil, looking outside for some alien to be the ones that's manipulating and causing all this evil in the world. Every evil in this world is perpetrated by a human being. You who do it. This is where it comes from. And those of you who are looking outside over the clouds expecting somebody to ride in on some white horse and save you, stop it. If any good is going to come into this nation, if any good is going to come or be experienced, it will be because you, the people, received the spirit that gave you the energy, that gave you the boldness and gave you the truth and power to stand up and do it in the name of God. God will be there for you if you're there for God every time. But don't come expecting something out of the cloud. If it comes out of the cloud, believe that that means spiritual. Believe that that means it will indwell itself within you. Believe that it does so because it wants to become alive with hands and feet and eyes and mouth and stand up like giants speaking for truth. If you can't do that, sit down, my friends. You've got no business standing up getting rich with your jets and your book deals and all that stuff that's doing no good but making you rich and keeping the people blind. You know they're kept blind. Look where they're at. What are they doing? Saying, Jesus, we're living in the last days. Yeah, we're living in the last days of the devil that lives in you, bringing this crap around. Because now some of us are led by the Spirit of God, and the world will see it, because the world will become the reflection of heaven on earth. Bye-bye.